Under the burning sun of a dry and unforgiving land, two of nature's deadliest predators come face to face. On one side stands the Komodo dragon, an ancient hunter shaped by raw muscle, patience, and time itself. On the other, the king cobra, a symbol of awareness, precision, and venom that can end life in moments. There is no roar, no sudden attack. Only silence, heavy, tense, and watchful. The Komodo dragon moves slowly, deliberately. Every step carries the weight of dominance on land. Powerful jaws, armored skin, and a body built to confront enemies head-on. The cobra does not retreat. It rises, spreading its hood wide, not as a threat, but as a warning. Do not come closer. Time seems to slow. The wind stills. Even nature holds its breath. Then, nothing happens. The cobra begins to withdraw, slowly, never turning its back. The Komodo remains still, watching, but does not pursue. The encounter ends without bloodshed, because in the wild, victory is not always about defeating an enemy. Sometimes true victory is knowing when to stop, when to step back, and when survival matters more than pride. Nature does not reward the most aggressive. It preserves those who understand their limits. And as the sun lowers over the harsh land, the Komodo dragon and the king cobra move on separate paths, each alive, each wiser. For real strength is not found in the attack, but in the choice to live another day.
A few days later, Mark begins to recognize behaviors in her that he had seen prior to the collaring.
About 2:30 in the afternoon, she went off to a cliff and waited there. There's no markhor around at all. Sakes of men. And then suddenly you could start to see a few boulders rolling down.
And she heard the boulders, and she moved around this cliff and took up this position slightly higher up than the markhor, so went down away from her. And as she came down the scree slope, she did this rolling thing, which she does. She'll roll right over on her back like a domestic cat.
So she went further down, and she got to this point.
And she was looking down at the markhor.
And the markhor just went over the lip of the gully.
And as soon as he'd gone over the lip, she charged down the hill, really long run.
And got to this bush and hid in this bush.
And I was following her down, and I got to this point.
And because of this black and white viewfinder in the camera, I couldn't really see what was going on. And
In fact, the markhor was just right in the middle of the frame, but I couldn't see it at all. So I was like, where's she going? Where's she going? Moving the camera, and at that moment, she charging out the bush and took him out. Jumped right on top of them, and they disappeared down into the bottom of this gully. She had made a successful kill, and so even with this white collar on, you know, she was obviously still able to survive.
For the longest time, I was really upset. You know, I just couldn't see the justification of all of this. Having seen a hunter collar on.
She seems okay, and it almost seems worthwhile. The successful hunt is the turning point for Mark and Nisar. It becomes clear their photographic record will be more important than they had ever imagined.
The researchers will be able to use these images alongside the data from the collar. They're far more informative together than either is alone.
Using this combination of science and film, we're finally starting to understand this most enigmatic of creatures.
Over the next few weeks, another benefit of the collar becomes clear.
In the past, the team had to rely on instinct or rumors to find the leopard.
Now they can use hard data from the collar.
A window on the life of the snow leopard has finally been opened. What is learned from studying snow leopards now may help to save them in the future. Danger approaches from both sides. Two killers attacking at the same time. Both driven by hunger. The trap closes from both sides. But danger often lives beneath the surface. Two species, unaware they share destiny. She does not fear them. She understands them. She studies their rules, their limits. And she remembers everything.
Peace never lasts long in the wild.
The serpent arrives first. Every scent, every vibration leads it forward. Its senses detect life, hidden beneath the dusty earth. And another giant senses opportunity. Ancient killer. A giant hunter senses life. The hunter charges. The distance closes fast. Every scent becomes a promise of blood. A strike. Terror. Pure, instinctive terror. Each strike meets the mother's fierce defense. The strike begins. Swift dodges and deadly counters. The battle rages with unstoppable force. Predator and protector face each other.
Her quills pierce with deadly precision, forcing the predator to retreat momentarily. First dodge. The mother porcupine's agility versus the anaconda's power.
The anaconda's speed is terrifying. A strike that could shatter bones.
But another danger is watching, waiting.
Komodo takes advantage of python attack.
While she's distracted, the nest is exposed. The burrow is under attack. She makes the hardest choice. But power answers. Two predators, overwhelmed. The predator smashes in after her.
Her plan works. The predator is ensnared in a storm of stingers. Nature's ultimate defense. Every strike, every roll, only draws more venom.
Hundreds of thousands of scorpions erupt. A storm of deadly stings.
One mistake, and it's over.
The ground awakens.
Venom takes hold. Confusion turns into pain.
It gasps, it writhes, yet the swarm refuses to yield. The swarm multiplies, faster than he can kill. The swarm tightens its grip. Strength begins to fade.
Her plan works. The predator is ensnared in a storm of stingers. Nature's ultimate defense.
The predator's strength fails. Venom dominates.
It fights desperately, yet the swarm will not relent.
It flails, coils, smashed, yet the swarm refuses to release their prey. Swarm surrounds it, and the predator is trapped in a storm of venom.
It coils, it writhes. Venom sears through every scale. It coils, it writhes, it smashes, yet the swarm is relentless.
It twists, it smashes, it fights desperately, but escape is impossible. Its last strength burns, agony piercing every muscle.
The python thrashes violently, desperate to dislodge the venomous swarm. But the black scorpions hold fast, their stingers poised for the kill.
Pain sears through muscles, the predator's strength falters.